We all saw how Rosé, the main vocalist of Blackpink, gained the highest peak of her career with her new single APT. But how did Rosé let her hype die down so easily? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into Rosé's solo career and talk about the choices, mistakes, and missed opportunities that led to her momentum slowing down just when it was at its strongest. Let's start with APT, released on October 18th, 2024. In collaboration with Bruno Mars, the single took off in ways no one expected.
Game. Random game.
It was bold, fun, unpredictable, and for the first time in a long time, people were talking about Rosé not just as a K-pop idol, but as a global pop artist. APT went viral instantly, breaking records on Spotify, YouTube, and Billboard charts. The collab with Bruno Mars introduced her to a whole new Western audience. She gained millions of new followers across platforms, and her name was trending almost daily. But then, the way the song was promoted didn't quite make sense. APT was already a hit. It had enough momentum on its own. But despite that, her team chose to promote only that song. Interviews, mentions, a few appearances. Everything was focused on APT, and all other songs from her upcoming album were ignored. It was almost like they didn't believe in the rest of her music. And even though APT kept performing well, the decision to put all efforts into a song that didn't even need that push was strange. And then we get to the biggest issue, how different APT was from the rest of the album. That contrast made people lose interest fast. Fans who came in because of APT expected more songs with that vibe. Fresh, rhythmic, playful, experimental. But the album went in a completely different direction. It was soft, mellow, and very introspective. While there's nothing wrong with that, it just didn't match the energy that got people interested in her in the first place. The general public felt like they'd been teased with something new, only to be pulled back into the same old style. It didn't feel like growth, it felt like a reversal. It made people say, oh, she's still making the same kind of music. The shock of APT was what pulled people in, and the album didn't give them anything to keep them there. There were so many missed chances here. Songs like Drinks or Coffee had the potential to be summer anthems. A surprise release of a second upbeat track could have shifted the narrative. But none of that happened. The momentum from APT was left hanging in the air. No follow-ups, no second wind. The album just dropped and disappeared.
Do you have any interesting or fun stories on stage? Anything like?
Then there's the way Rosé supports her Blackpink members. Now don't get me wrong, supporting your friends is great. But Rosé goes above and beyond, to the point that it starts hurting her own image. She constantly posts about Jennie, Lisa, and Jisoo, promotes their projects, makes videos reacting to their music, and hypes them up more than she hypes her own work. It makes Rosé look more like a fan than a bandmate, someone on the outside desperately trying to be part of the moment. And sadly, people notice this. Fans on Twitter and other platforms have even started mocking her for it, calling her a clout chaser when she shows up to support them. Like at Coachella, where she was only met with hate. People joke that she posts them all the time, but none of them even acknowledged her presence. It's disheartening, and it creates this narrative that Rosé is constantly sidelining her own career for the sake of her bandmates. On top of all that, Rosé has completely stepped away from classic K-pop elements. She's not dancing, she's not doing high-budget visuals, no eye-catching styling or group choreography, no elaborate music videos. For original K-pop fans, those are big parts of what they love, and Rosé abandoning all of that has made them slowly drift away. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Rosé has her own unique style, and that's what makes her stand out. But the fact is, she's lost touch with the elements that built her original fan base. She's stepped into a new identity as an artist. But without the proper transition or communication, it just feels like she disappeared from her roots. And yet, despite all this, she still managed to go viral. She still got a hit. She still released an album that fans genuinely love, even if it got no real push. But this could have been so much bigger. This could have been Rosé's moment. All the signs were there. If her team had just released a surprise dance video, or followed up with another single in the style of APT, things could have gone completely differently. Instead, we got 3 music videos, none of them particularly high budget, and no live performances whatsoever. It's hard not to wonder, where is that money they have even going? These things make us realize that Rosé's solo career was very good and appreciated, but with a few mistakes not made by her team and company, her career could have been even more successful than it is today. Thank you for watching, and make sure to remember, this is a constructive criticism video. We are not supposed to hate anyone in our videos. In the previous video, some people got the wrong idea.